Y'all let me know if you can hear me, because I will not be terribly surprised if you cannot. Hey, I got my own notification that I went live. Hooray. Let's do this. Yeah, that's fine. YouTube channel. I just wanted to go to YouTube. Amber's being a butt. So let's go watch it. I don't remember how to navigate on YouTube. Loo-doo. No, that's Alanis Morissette. She's actually interesting. There you are.
Hey guys, welcome to a new...
Got it? See, what I should have titled this is Amber suggestively sticks shit in her mouth again. Because that's all this is. Let's be honest. You. I'm going to take that as yes, you can hear me. If you can hear me, what color is my shirt? Also, please excuse my face breaking out. Like a gosh darn teenager over here. Huh? Hey! I remember how to do my job. Mm-hmm. Why? I don't have time to be flagging Amber's channel for being stupid. That's just silly. Navy blue. Excellent. Is this going to update if I'm here? Yes. Cool. Cool beans. Chat. Lock and load. Fine, don't. I'll be able to read the chat. Yeah, thank you, username. It's a waste of time. Alright, well, that was 3 minutes of your lives you'll never get back. So, I was editing... No, excuse me, I was editing. I was editing... Oh! Wow. Ilona has heard my channel name. It begins. Anyway, I was editing my video from the live yesterday because I was procrastinating. For whatever reason, you guys, I don't do this. But for some strange reason, I stayed up until almost 3 o'clock in the morning last night, playing Sims and watching... I can't tell you the name of this K-drama I was watching. I think it's like Death Shot or something like that. I don't know why. I watch shows. I'm not a... I do that, obviously. But, like, I never binge a show like that. I don't know what kept my attention, but I kept watching it. And then I've got the zombie apocalypse mod for Sims. And so I was trying to, like, do a 10 generation challenge in a zombie apocalypse because I thought that would be funny. And I don't know, man. And then it was just like 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I came to bed at 3. And then my cat decided to vomit loudly at 4 a.m. So that woke me up. And my upstairs neighbors started moving around 5:30 because they're freaks of nature. And then my partner had to get up at 7. So I haven't had a lot of sleep. And it's all self-inflicted is kind of the point. It's 10 p.m. over there. It is, well, it's 5 here. Orange. I'm still learning my colors. Good job, Bob. Good job. I'll give it another, well, it's been 5 minutes. I'll give it another minute-ish. You aren't going to vomit at 4 a.m. Are you even a cat? Apparently not. I think it's that time of year where the cats, their coats start rolling over. And I have 2 very long-haired cats. And I think they're just overwhelmed with their own amount of fur. So I need to, one of them I need, excuse me, I'm sorry. The white one, he has like this really thick undercoat. And so I tend to just kind of shave him down. And that seems to help a lot. And then the shave is kind of the wrong word. I trim him down quite a bit. He looks so nice when I get done with him. He's got like a nice sleek coat when I'm done with him. But the little girl, her fur is very thin, but it's just poofy. And so I just kind of give her a real light shaping, I guess would be the word for it. And then I typically like shave some of her, she's got like, you know, the beard that they've got going on. I just kind of shave the rough off right here because she can't clean it very well. And of course, you know, you shave both of their butts because cats. Yeah, this should be fun. I'm like, I don't have a real clue on how much sleep I'm running on. I took a nap for about an hour and a half, but I hate napping. I absolutely despise it. And I wake up disoriented and groggy. And I did. I woke up disoriented and groggy, and I was not great. So anyway, I might be grouchy, I guess, is kind of where I'm going with this. A storm knocked out your power. Hey, I don't blame you for, you know, prioritizing other things over watching a stream, Lee. My cats' names are, I know this. I was just seeing if like they were nearby and if I wanted to bug them. They're on the bed. So I've got a short-haired tabby. His name is Iki. And then I've got, his name is Ikthairnir, but we call him Iki. We've got the white cat. His name is Bragnir, and we call him Bragnir. And then the little tiny, she's called a cinnamon tabby, and she's also apparently by accident a perfect mini Maine Coon. But her name is Nessa. Do cats cough up hairballs that often? They do if you don't take care of them. But for the most part, mine, I don't know, they might yak up a hairball like once every few weeks, maybe. That gets worse in the winter and it gets worse in the spring because they're changing their coats and they shed more hair. So. Lay on your face. My cats don't do that. I had the tabby I had before this guy. He was my old man. He lived to be 21. He would cuz I sleep on my side, he would balance himself perfectly along my shoulder and my side, and he would sleep on me like a loaf through the night like that. Oh, wooden toad. I can drink caffeine at any point and sleep just fine. I'm one of those people that's always trying to wake up. But so I made this isn't coffee, this is ground cacao from that cryo brew place. Not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, I would totally do that. Anyway. My point is I'm actually drinking ground cacao, not coffee. Supposedly it's better for you. It has vitamins and I wouldn't say minerals, but and then it's not caffeine, it's something else that's better for you. Tastes good. It tastes like it tastes like, how to describe it? It tastes like a dark chocolate candy bar liquefied, but not with milk. So you can I add creamer to mine, which is why mine's kind of like creamer colored, just because I like that flavor to it. And this one is additionally flavored with Irish coffee, which actually is really good. I did not expect that. But between that and the amaretto, it's hands down my 2 favorite flavors of theirs, and both of those are seasonal. So you can't get either of them right now. Shelly Dailies is going to be one of those videos. Well, she's going to do that and stick something phallic shaped into her mouth. ADD helps. I don't. My shrink told me I had ADD. I don't believe him. I know I usually defer to the professionals on these things, but I don't feel like I have ADD, so ergo I do not have it. And then he's like, I'm like, are you sure about the ADD thing? He's like, well, it's gifted ADD. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? It's special. Better than everyone else's ADD. So I just like sharing that story. My best friend makes fun of me, as she should. It's not a milkshake. There's no ice cream involved, and there's very little sugar. There's no sugar in the cacao. It's just straight cacao. And my creamer is very low in sugar. Excuse me. Wooden Toad, hands down, good stuff. Cocoa, cinnamon. I don't know about the instant coffee, but I know there's some out there that are pretty decent. No, you're not too late, but I should get going. Thanks, guys. I'm on an iPhone. Excuse me. Cacao, cacao. Yep. Sure, especially. I mean, yes, it was obviously gifted to me. It came in a little package and everything. Myth confirmed. I'm on stuff, but it's not for my ADD. Obviously, I'm on anxiety pills and I'm on Wellbutrin. I'm actually thinking about like talking to the prescribing doctor and asking them if I can back off a little though. So I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, I feel better, so I'm gonna stop taking my pills. But like, I do actually feel better, so I'm wondering if I can like lower my dose. My dog is ADD in dog form. Shelly Daily. The only black coffee I've been able to tolerate has been that Bones Company coffee, which is the other reason I drink it, is because it doesn't kill me. I did go to a place called Turning Point, and they'll serve you coffee press coffee for the table. What did I have? Kahuna or Kahlua? No, Kahlua is the alcohol. I don't know. It was some coffee from Hawaii. It was really good, actually. Yeah, I've been told people that the iPhone sucks for memberships because iPhone and Google hate each other because Apple, I guess. I don't know. Well-reaching crew. Yeah, it seems to be pretty popular. Oh, it's an ADD thing? All right, well, all right. I stand corrected. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't have ADHD. I just have ADD. And honest to God, guys, I don't feel like I do. Though when I told my friend that, she was like, "Oh yeah, that fits." And I'm like, "Really? Really?" So, I don't know. What about Bailey's? Yes, Bailey's and coffee is 100% hands down the way to go. It's one of the very, very few times I will drink either Bailey's or Amaretto. And that's like seriously once a year, maybe during the holidays. The anxiety meds? See, the Wellbutrin is the one I want to back off on. The anxiety meds, I'm not going to lie, guys, it has seriously improved my life. I still get really anxious about leaving the house, but the anxiety meds have definitely gotten me to the point where I can leave the house, I guess, if that makes sense. Only chew your stomach out. I think if you just don't get really acidic coffee, I don't know. I don't know everything there is to know about coffee. Concerta for ATD. I was on Prozac. My problem with the Prozac was, I mean, it helped with the depression. I wasn't depressed, but I had like no drive to do anything. Like I could lay in bed staring at the ceiling all damn day and it would not have bothered me at all. So I was like, yeah, this isn't, I mean, I'm glad to not be depressed anymore, but I kind of would like to do stuff. Like I'd like to finish writing the book that I was writing, and I'd like to, try to find a job and all this kind of shit. It was very weird. Kalu was like doubling up on the coffee. The elder millennial women had to learn to live with their neurodegeneration. I had a roommate, obviously, and I'm positive she was on the spectrum somewhere, but she was never diagnosed, and just like living with someone who's on the spectrum and knowing a bunch of people now who are, I'm just kind of like, damn that. But then women getting diagnosed for being on the spectrum or having the ADD, it's very, very rare because A, sexism, and B, apparently a lot of the traits of being on the spectrum are things that they're like women are traits women should have somehow. I don't know. Anyway, I felt really bad. Not like there was anything I could do about it, she's so diary. So I might have been gifted some watermelon flavored treats once because I was curious. Boy, I tell you what, I took half of one. They're not very big. I took half of one. I felt like I could peel my skin. It was awful. I hated it. It was terrible. I was like, no, I can't. I'm one of these people that can't do this. So that's fine. Props to everybody else. I was just like, this was killing me. And I was like, I'm glad I know. I learned a thing. Anyway. Yeah, Ruby. Exactly. All right. Diary, Gen X doesn't exist. Stop it. Stop. We had this discussion yesterday, I think. Who is texting me to the point that my phone is vibrating off the hook? Off the hook. It was my partner. I'm still blown away that you had sepsis. That's insane. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, please get better. All right. Let's rub our two functioning brain cells together because that's about how many I have functioning right now. Let's see. Have I sped her up? I have not. Now I have. You missed me doing the intro, Nikki. Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Reid. Woo! And literally, I'm doing this because I was editing and I wanted to post that, and then this came up, and I have about the attention span of a very tired squirrel at this point, so I was like, let's do it. So here we are today. I have no idea what this is about. I assume we're going to get yelled at. Either that or this is just total clickbait. Who knows? Tornado warning aftermath. Like, is she gonna show us the toilet? But no, I don't want to go there. Cook dinner with me. I like when she cooks, I'm not gonna lie. But for those viewing at home, we have the live studio audience with us today. Because I know a couple of you have said you don't like it, and I apologize, but I do like it, and I do enjoy talking with the chat while it's going on. So I hope this helps out at home for those of you who are not at the live. So I don't look like I'm totally talking to just the voices in my head. What? My God. I'm going to turn you off. There we go. One more time. The phone goes off one more time. I'm throwing it through a window. So... yes. So by now, the 3 principles of dark anthropology via Amberlynn Reid video should have gone up for everyone to see. So I kind of want to lean into that a little bit, and I might yank my notes up here in a second because there are other principles, but we just didn't hit on them. And some of them are, excuse me, sorry. Some of the principles are more like for the anthropologists themselves, you know, like don't be a dick. Keep the people you're studying safe, that kind of stuff. The typical anthropology stuff no one cares about. But the rest of them are just topics we just haven't had a chance to go over yet, and I'm sure we will. Because I also plan on doing a series with the anthropology principles and Anna from Glitter and Lasers. So, wait. Goldfish brain. Yeah, that'd be about right. Look, it's a castle. Look, it's a castle. It was the aftermath that was scary. Sometimes, guys, I don't know how many of you live in Tornado Alley or like have experienced a tornado. Like the tornado in the moment is kind of frightening. Like I'm not going to downplay it, but you know, after the tornado's gone, if it's done damage, now you got to deal with that. And if it takes out something like your house, that's pretty scary. Like what do you do from that point forward, you know? So yeah, the aftermath can be pretty terrifying. For Amber, I'm gonna guess it wasn't that big of a deal. Maybe a lawn chair fell over. Who knows with her? So anyway, I've got her sped up to time and a quarter. It's only a 10-minute video. Shouldn't take too long to get through. All right.
Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. So I want to start off by saying that in one of my recent vlogs, I got 2 new makeup products and I'm wearing them right now. The first one is this Power Grip Primer by e.l.f.
Dude, that shit is not a joke. I like this stuff. That's one of my favorite primers. I get the pink one. I will say though, when you put it on, you tap it. Don't try to smear it. It's not going to smear. It's like putting on half set Elmer's glue, I guess, is where I'm going with that. It works really, really well though, as far as keeping your makeup on.
And I want to say it gripped, girl. Like this honestly made it to where my foundation was easier to put on and it looks better. It doesn't look as like dry because I have really dry skin.
I mean, if you drank water, you wouldn't have that problem. You could also probably take like some collagen with biotin and hyaluronic acid and that would help your skin too, but that would be far too close to actual self-care. Also, I get the one, I think I got the one that gets the niacinamide in it. I think that's the pink one. And I won't say it moisturizes my skin, but I mean, it's a primer. It fills in your pores and it, like kind of smooths out the finer wrinkles. It's what it's supposed to do. It's, you know.
Very dry. So I recommend this. And then the second thing was the NYX Vivid Brights Liquid Liner. So I did put it with my black eyeliner.
Cool. Literally no one can see that.
It went on really easy. I love it. It makes me want to try the other colors. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Last night was
my glasses
terrifying to say the least. It was a bad storm. Like,
take those goddamn sunglasses off your freaking head. If you want to wear a bow in your hair, just wear a damn bow. You just look like an old woman who forgot where her glasses are.
Since I've been in Oklahoma like this time, there has been a couple tornado watches, which is very different from a tornado warning. But
thank you, Professor Lynn.
Last night, it was so bad that a tornado warning popped up on my phone as if it was an Amber Alert.
That's funny. I'm sorry. I mean, her name's Amber. It was just kind of funny. It's like, as if it were an Amber Alert. They're alerting me, Amber. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the vicinity, they'll usually... I get coastal flood warnings where I live. We don't live anywhere near the coast. The coast is like... The nearest coast is like an hour and a half away. And I still get coastal flood warnings. So, like, and? What's your point? Also, I'm very desensitized to tornadoes. I mean, I'm not going to lie, they are a force of nature and they will fuck your shit up, but I'm just kind of over them. I grew up with them. Amber Alerts when they pop up.
And it was loud, it was obnoxious, it was scary.
So she's more upset about the alert and how loud and scary the tornado warning on her phone was. That's what we're complaining about right now. Is that the alert itself was frightening. I mean, it got your attention. That's what it's supposed to do. Why do people hate safety features on their cell phones? Like, if you're one of these people, oh my God, it's privacy. They are tracking you anyway. Wouldn't you prefer to have some of that tracking information used in a way that will benefit you? Like letting you know when death is coming near? I don't know. You probably think this alert is about you, don't you? Jennifer, I don't mean to laugh at that. My best friend grew up in a trailer. There was a trailer home behind my house where we grew up. And anytime the weather would get bad, we would always make jokes about that. I don't think that trailer park ever got hit with any of the tornadoes, though. We don't get flood. I mean, we do get flood warnings, and there's plenty of stuff to flood around here. It's just, it's the coastal flooding. We don't have coasts. We have the Schuylkill and the Wissahickon, but I mean, the Schuylkill can flood pretty impressively, but the Wissahickon? I mean, it's going to be annoying, but catastrophic? That's a lot of rain. There's other problems if the Wissahickons flooding that bad. At least in my area. They don't go through your phone's do not disturb. I'm half positive I have mine turned off. I don't know what's going on over in the chat.
Take shelter, you know, do what you have to do. Twinkie is shaking like she was terrified. Her and Wasabi do not do storms. Rarity was just acting like everything was totally fine, but we did get emailed instructions of like what to do when this happens.
You got emailed instructions? I think she means texted, but...
So I put all of us in my bathroom because that is the safest place for us to go in my apartment. Sadly, we have no storm shelter here, which I find to be kind of weird. Like, I literally live in Tornado Alley.
You gonna go pay for it? I grew up in Tornado Alley. We never had a storm shelter. Now, the farmhouse, the old family farmhouse did, but I think that was just because it was also the downstairs pantry where the cold storage back when this 200-year-old farmhouse was, you know, being built. So I don't think it's necessarily that it was a tornado shelter, as it was just the basement of the house where they would cold storage the food. And it could also double as, you know, that thing. We're all outside watching. Yeah. Alana, my cats, anytime the weather gets bad, they want to go outside.
But long story short, we are all good. Everything is okay. It was just like such a scary moment. I was like, what is happening? And I was more so worried about my pets and how scared they were. But if you guys know me, you know that tornadoes is one of my biggest fears. So it's like,
we know it gives you the shits because you've shared that with us.
Like this summer, like the summer's coming up, and it's just gonna be so hard for me because I know that's when it gets the worst. I don't know about y'all, but there's a snack that I've been loving lately.
I know my glasses are dirty, but she looks relaxed. Can she not function anymore? Is that what's happening here? Is she just like... Is she just having so much fun being relaxed all the time that she just can't function? Or is this 100% performative where she's like, I've got to be baked in order to get on camera so that everyone can see that I'm overusing? Is that what's going on here?
So I'm going to share it with you guys. So I just came back in from walking Twinkie, and 9 times out of 10, when I walk Twinkie, I also will vape on my Delta 8. And a lot of you were like, is this girl always smoking and always drinking?
Did I not just ask this question?
First of all, I don't really drink. Last time I drank was with friends, and I told you guys about that. So I really am just like a
We are not your accountability partners. As much as I'm asking these questions, she owes me no answers. So the fact that she feels like she does. Also, this is the face of somebody who thinks they're getting away with something. This is like the face. So whatever she's getting ready to tell us is utter and complete bullshit. So
social drinker. Where sometime last year I was drinking alone. I get that, but she ain't doing that no more. Anyway.
You were drinking alone at the beginning of this year. I can go back and show you if you'd like.
Okay. These Duke's hot and spicy smoked shorty sausages. Like, I don't know what it is, but these slap. And when I open the bag, I do keep them in the refrigerator because it actually makes them keep for longer. Because if you don't do that, then they go bad within like 3 days. And I can't eat this within 3 days. That's
First off, bullshit. Secondly, they're preserved sausages. They shouldn't be going off in 3 days. Like, that's the point of preserved meat. It's preserved. It will keep. So either they're not doing their job, or I don't know. Or you're screwing something up in the preservation process, because like preserved meats are meant to be stored out. That's the point. I mean, you can put them in your fridge if you want, but I like jerky too. Don't get me wrong. I would probably enjoy whatever the hell these little things are. She just loves putting phallic shaped objects into her mouth, especially if she can take a picture of it and use it as her thumbnail. But she's not into guys. She just knows who her audience is. She knows where the feeders come from. Cute, I was lying video in 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. And for the face hole. You gotta eat a lot of meat to get meat sweats. Not that I've ever had them, but... She's lying to protect the jerky. Hello, Femarie. I get distracted by the moving of the chat because I have no... I'm tired. Anyway, yeah, I don't know who she's trying to fool with this story. I mean, I don't care if she keeps her preserved meats in the refrigerator. I literally don't care. I've got my oranges in the refrigerator right now because I'm tired of them going bad, but they're not preserved. They're not meant to literally sit for like months and be edible. So
it's just a lot. Plus, I think they taste better cold, so.
That's weird, but whatever.
So another snack that I've also been enjoying is just like this little bag of popcorn.
You mean that giant bag of popcorn that you bought with all those little tiny bags inside of it because they're 1 servings, and so you can convince yourself that you've only had 2 servings when you've eaten like 9,000 of these packets? Sure.
Any popcorn. This is just like in a lightly salted, and it's 80 calories for this bag.
Oh my god.
It's pretty tasty. So I'm about to play Fortnite.
Oh, look. Who called this? I don't know who it was who said it in the chat yesterday. But they were like, she's just gonna set her camera up to film the screen while she plays the video game. Yes, you are correct. She is. Wow. Are we gonna see her do her little dance, and then the other Billie Eilish is gonna come up and do their dance, and then the banana's gonna come and do its dance, and then like rainbow's gonna pop out of nowhere, and birds are gonna start shitting glitter, and suddenly everybody's having a dance rave. And then one person's going to come by and annihilate all of them because I don't know why you wouldn't. Wake me up, Coco. Wake me up. Is she back on track? No. You have to have a track to get onto first. Proof. Proof that she plays. She's level 63, you guys. Unless she bought somebody's account, which I wouldn't put past her, but...
I am level 63. Some of you were shocked to hear that I'm obsessed with it. So what I like to do is this
0 build battle royale. I don't know what any of this means. I don't play Fortnite.
Solo when I'm playing by myself, 0 build battle royale. But me and my friends always do the trio because we play together.
What friends? Epic, epic, epic. Shouldn't your friends be in the room with you?
And no, Valentine is not one of them. Valentine actually does not play video games. And
convenient.
I was like, we're gonna be playing them together.
And I was like, I get why Cacao was making fun of her recently. She paid someone to love her alert. I could see that too. The annihilator.
So just be forewarned.
That's a good game, by the way. Forewarned. I recommend that one. It's a good spooky game to play with your friends. Are your friends?
And my other two friends that I play with, I'm actually the one who introduced them to the game.
Oh my god, that's so cool of you. You're such a trendsetter. I bet they all eat skinny popcorn because of you now too, don't they? And they love to shove phallic-shaped meat sticks into their faces. I'm sorry.
So it's very much just like something that I want to get other people into so we can like all play together because I'm obsessed.
Guys, I've the two games that I play the least, I have characters who are above level 60. I think one of them's level 80. Granted, it's taken me several years to get them there, but if I logged in right now into my, like, I can't remember the name of the damn game. If I logged into that game right now, you'd see that I have like this level umpteen million character, and that's because like I've slowly leveled it over years. It doesn't mean I'm obsessed with the game. Fortnite's been around a while, it's just what I'm saying.
So there's currently 32 people left, and I've only killed 2 people because I've only seen 2 people.
God, you've only seen 2 people. Psst. What's wrong with this world board? Why are you swimming like an idiot?
So.
Sorry, I'm bitter.
Oh, someone's shooting at me. Hold on. Got him. Ha ha ha.
She really is going to sit here and film her television to prove to us that she's playing video games as opposed to literally learning how to stream this, which isn't that hard to do. I mean, okay. Oh.
Now I am on level 64.
Yay. Do they still go ding when you level? Ding!
Okay guys, so I'm just in the middle of doing some laundry. I'm about to transfer over my wash to my dryer. But
I'm so glad we get to watch this.
there's something that's on my mind because
we're getting lectured. Here we go. We're in the lecture room. I told you guys, she likes the laundry room as her lecture room. Also, why? She has not left the house. Why are those damn sunglasses on her head? Why is it bothering me this much? I don't know. But it is. Words left play. I know, right? Like, at least play. Like, you clearly have it set up so that we can watch you play. Just play. I mean, you're gonna suck. It's fine. Everyone's gonna make fun of you because you suck. It's fine. Trust me, I suck at all of the games I play, yet people continue to watch, so there you have it. Twitch needs a bit of tech to stream. I know that, but it's not, like, impossible to figure out. He's pulling a Sniper Wolf. Is that how Sniper Wolf streams? That's sad. I don't know anything about Sniper Wolf other than she exists and she did something stupid recently. League of Legends. Do people still play League of Legends? My friends were like super into that. Hello, Curvy Asparagus. There was something I wanted to respond to, but I forgot. Here we go. Onward. Let's get lectured. Who's ready? Who is ready to be talked down to in the laundry room by Amberlynn Reid about, I'm going to guess her mother's stuff again. That's my guess. I could be wrong. It could be something else completely unrelated. It could be something new that she decided that she needs to defend herself for. The sniper was having someone else play while she cooperated the controllers. That's hilarious. That's funny. Valentine is just the perfect partner. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure once Amber introduces her to Fortnite. You know what I'd like to see Amber play? Left 4 Dead. I don't know why, but I'd really like to see that happen.
I actually just got done brushing wasabi. That's why I have fur all over.
Thank you for confirming that you brush your cat.
for me. So let's talk about Wasabi, my little baby. So
okay, we're gonna get lectured about the cat. Cool.
it all started with this clip. Look, this is a daily thing.
No.
He loves being brushed. Yeah, we cuddle for a long, long time. He'll fall asleep like this. I'm literally holding the brush in my hand, and you can see that Wasabi looks brushed already. He loves being brushed. Yeah. You can literally see him right here. And I was about to brush him again. Like I literally have the clean brush in my hand, which I clean it every single time I brush him. So I was about to brush him again. This is a daily thing.
You're just gonna keep playing the same thing over and over again. Cool. What is the problem?
I make sure to brush him every single day, which I did. And we always have the same routine. I'll brush him. I always brush the back of him, the sides of him, and then his stomach comes next. And when I do
most cats don't like having their stomachs brushed, so
that, sometimes he'll love bite and he'll start playing and purring. So then I'll pet him like a lot right here because he likes it, and then he'll like play with me with his paws. And then I'll pick him up and he'll literally put his paw and like his face right on my arm and then fall asleep. And then we cuddle. He'll fall asleep like this.
I don't know what's happening. I don't understand. I might be too sleep deprived for this.
So then people saw right after the clip where he looks literally fine, like my perfect baby. Yeah. People saw that clip without realizing that all this stuff happened in the middle, me playing with his fur, and then, you know, his fur gets a little messed up. Like he has a lot of fur. So people,
what are we talking about? What?
Like she doesn't brush him, even though I literally had his favorite brush in my hand about to brush him. Look, this is a daily thing.
Okay.
He loves being brushed. And I think the hardest part is like people thought that his paw, which I'll zoom in right here and show you guys, thought that his paw was a knot in his hair. Wasabi does not have any knots in his hair.
Okay. I said this before. I have 2 long-haired cats. I've had a long-haired cat before this. I don't understand what people are on about. Wasabi's old. He's an older cat. I get that part. Like, I don't understand what part of this people aren't understanding. He's a long-haired cat. I don't know what I'm supposed to be upset about here. He looks fine. His coat looks fine. It has always looked fine to me. You know, he's what, 11? Something like that? He's old, guys. This is what old cats look like. I don't like getting lectured by Amber about her fucking cat when there's literally no reason for this lecture to be happening. Unless they throws out the litter box instead of cleaning him. This cat doesn't look bad. Yeah, Rach, but she doesn't go to the Discords. So how would she know what people are saying in the Discords? Somebody's 8? Gives this lecture. My elder cat, he made it to 19. He had renal failure. He made it to 19. Shit, the white cat I've got now, if I don't shave him, his belly gets like this, which is one of the reasons I shave him, because it just looks miserable to me, but he cleans himself just fine. Short-haired tabbies look completely... This won't happen to a short hair. Okay, this shouldn't happen to a short hair. He doesn't look matted to me at all. Yeah, no, Amber's condescending nature is annoying as fuck. This is why I'm not appreciating the lecture, but... Of all the things that... This is why... The shit she picks to defend herself on boggles my mind. Like, just move on. You know the cat's brushed. I know the cat's brushed. Move on. Yeah, Renetta. Exactly. Wooden toad. I've noticed that. She may not brush him every day, but he looks fine. I don't brush my cats every day. She may not care for them the way that everybody thinks she should, but they're not dead, and they're not unhealthy, with the exception of the dog. But the dog's also... How old is Twinkie? Twinkie's like 7, right? 7? Twinkie's not the same age as Wasabi, right? When did they get Twinkie? When did Twinkie come into the picture? I don't remember. Yeah, Shelly Daly. Yeah, you got a long-haired cat, you gotta shave their butts. That's just kind of the deal. The cat does have kind of dead eyes, yeah. He's kind of like, this is my life. I mean, if the cat has an undercoat, like I said, my white cat has a real thick undercoat. The little cinnamon tabby, her hair's just as long as the white-haired cat, but she doesn't have the undercoat. So her hair's, I don't know, it's very silky. It's nice to touch, but she doesn't have an undercoat, so. Short arms, K-buns. Yeah, I did too. I thought Twinkie was like 11 or something, but like that would insinuate that she had the dog before she even started YouTube, or they adopted an older dog, which, I mean, either could be. Twinkie was 3 when they got her. There we go. Twinkie was 2 or 3. Yeah, I would like to know if she's trimming the claws. That would be something that's what got me pissy at Foodie. I do clip my cat's nails like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Should do it once a week, but I don't remember to. But I always clip their nails, because otherwise they get wicked. It's just like they look like fish hooks. Okay, yeah, so all right, I'm not crazy. The dog is 11. Same with mice? Okay, Molly, that's a skill. I mean, technically 7 and 8 is old for cats. It's where they start becoming seniors. If you ask a vet. It's like the generic time for it. My cats hate when I trim their claws. They get very pissy. Yeah, exactly, Mrs. Suspicious. I see a lot of people with long-haired cats get that line cut because it's such a pain in the ass to take care of their fur sometimes. K-Buns. K-Buns knows the struggle. I don't groom my cat because I want to use my hands. I don't have to groom the short-haired cat, but the other two, they need some help. I'm not looking forward to them being old. It's just to walk him on concrete. Wow. 20 for a cat is ancient. Yeah, 21, that's the second oldest cat I've ever had. Oh my god, Molly, no. I mean, I know you have to do that. That just was not a sentence I wanted to read. Sorry, I gotta think about teeth. 3 tuxedo cats and a tricolor chihuahua / pug. Wow, that has to be a hell of a dog. For prevention. All right, anyway, let's finish this up.
We cuddled for a long, long time. His fur was looking like a mess after I had brushed him because me and him played. We did our typical...
Didn't really look like a mess, but whatever.
Routine. I didn't show that part. It just sucks. Sucks so bad that so many people are so exhausting and trying to just find all these things that I do wrong. Like, I literally can brush Wasabi and then immediately afterwards his fur is just looking like a mess.
Can you brush your hair? Because that lock of hair that's trying to fall into your face is really bugging me. And take those fucking sunglasses off your head.
He has a lot of fur. That's just like the way that it goes. I don't know what to say. Okay, you guys, so I'm about to make some food. I'm gonna cut up some steak. I'm gonna have...
But she doesn't like touching raw meat.
Some baby corn with it, water chestnuts, sriracha, soy sauce, minced onion, some ginger paste, some garlic paste.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is what we call Midwest Chinese food.
Some bell peppers and some broccoli.
Ugh.
When I tell you guys it smells delicious in here, oh, I mean it. And look how good that looks.
That does actually look good, I'm not gonna lie. I could go for some stir fry right now.
Oh, wow. This is gonna hit the spot for sure because I was craving some sort of like Chinese or Asian. So I'm excited for this. And then I'm gonna add some sesame seeds on top.
There you go.
I wish I had some scallion. That would go really good with it.
And some white rice. There you go. And soy sauce. Done. I'm not gonna lie. This is international eating. I love when she cooks. I love it. I love when she cooks.
Okay, so let's try it. I'm using a plastic fork from Takeout that I just had leftover.
I thought she didn't use plastic silverware or plasticware because she always used her own silverware. There's a face. That's a face.
From the other day. I don't know about y'all, but baby corn just hits different.
I do like baby corn.
Holy crap. Here's a line of steak.
She's going through a lot of effort to not make eye contact with the camera when she's feeding herself. I do wonder if she's not, well, like right there, that hard cut. I do wonder if she doesn't cut it out and just like kind of like, this is for me. Kind of just a private moment because she's done it for so long. And, you know, she doesn't watch reactors, but she's done it for so long up to this point. And it's just something recently that she's been working to not do. So, and you can tell she's edited it in some of her other videos. So where was I going with this? But anyway, so it's just, it's so noticeable because it's absent. Does that make sense? So I do wonder though, if she isn't actually filming herself, feeding herself, but just cutting it from the video so that we don't see it anymore. Which if she is, that's perfectly fine. I don't need to see that.
I love the crunch of a water chestnut.
I don't like.
And I didn't use all my ingredients. I still have a ton of stuff left. Like,
even if you had used the entire thing of corn, the entire thing of water chestnuts, all of that broccoli and all of those peppers, even if you had used all of that meat, this is like one of the healthiest things I've ever seen you make. So you could have eaten all of it and been fine.
half a can of the water chestnuts, half a can of the baby corn, half a bag of the broccoli. Well, more than half a bag. Still 2 of the bell peppers. I still have steak left.
Why is she so insistent on, this is an interesting thing that she does, is she's, especially the last 2 videos, she's been very insistent on letting us know how much food she left. Not how much she's consuming, but how much she left. You know, and I'm not entirely sure what she thinks she's doing. I mean, I think she's trying to prove to us that, like, see guys, I'm not overeating, but like, you can't overeat on broccoli, kind of a thing. Like, you will eventually be full, and it's broccoli. It's coming out the other end. It's just not going to be the same. So I don't know why. It's like with the hamburger yesterday and the French fries. You know, she was very insistent on showing us that she didn't eat the last literal 2 bites of her hamburger and like a handful of those fries. Like, it was very important to her that we knew that she didn't eat all of her food. And it's the same thing here. So it's like, okay, well, you've purposefully not used all of the ingredients. So are you going to make it a second time? Is that what you're telling me? Because this is something you easily could have meal prepped and set aside and it would have been fine. Or do I now assume that it's just going to sit in your fridge and rot because you didn't use it all at once and you don't like reusing food? Because I have that kind of a feeling with her. Is she's one of those people that, like, if you don't use it that day, you know, if you don't use all of the ingredients at that moment, then they get rid of them because they've sat in the fridge too long or something like that. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but they get rid of it anyway. No, Lizzie, she hasn't given us a weigh-in in a while. What are we eating? Are we talking about water? I like pickled lotus root. There's something about water. I think it's the grainy texture of the chestnuts that I'm not a fan of. Well, Megan, you wrap anything with bacon and hit it with barbecue sauce and it's delicious. Yeah, ephemery, like people don't eat leftovers. It's kind of the same principle, only like the food's not quite leftover. But anyway.
Like, I can remake this whole meal. And I'm going to. Okay, guys, so it is the end
I guess I should have just let her finish talking.
of the night. I wanted to answer a few questions. So I just go to the YouTube studio and then I click comments and then just contains questions. So let's do a few. You lived in Tucson, Arizona when? And there's like a bunch of question marks with that. From the ages 18 to 20. In 2009, 2010, and 2011. Someone asked.
I forget how young she is. But yeah, I think that was the first I'd ever heard of her. That was the first I've ever heard of her living in Arizona too. Ooh, sausage rolls with mushrooms. I got some stuffed mushrooms I need to put in the air fryer. Aldi has these stuffed mushrooms, and I highly recommend getting them. You want to eat them in like the day or two you get. Either the day you get them or like within a couple days, but they're pretty damn good. Does hobbit size count? Yes, thank you, Femmarie. She does strike me as the kind of person that just shoved shit back into the fridge in whatever condition it was that she was done using it in. Which drives me crazy. Oh, was she living in Arizona when she met Casey? I had to do backtracking.
Say entry for entree. I'll get the entry.
Well, at least she caught on. The entry. She ordered this in public to a live person. I just want to give a gold star to whoever it was that took this order, and she goes, I want to order the entry, and they just didn't blink. Like, props to whoever that person was.
With salmon. Yes, I am an idiot. I realized when I was editing that back, I said entry. It's just.
Why did you leave it in then? You must have left it in. Either you didn't realize you had misspoke and it wasn't until afterwards that everyone pointed it out to you, or you left it in on purpose because you knew everyone would say something about it. So one way you're just oblivious and the other way you're trolling. Neither way comes off great. If you were editing it back and you saw that you had mispronounced it, either correct it or cut it out. Like, you know how to edit. Why leave things in the video that make you look bad when you could clearly take them out and you were aware it was there, so you could have taken it out? So I have to go with the assumption that you left it in on purpose, knowing that people would comment. Cleavage cam, yeah, right? Yeah, she left it in so people would talk about it. My ramen noodles. Yeah, she's pronounced entree correctly before, so we know she knows what the word is.
The nerves got the best of me, okay? Next question.
The nerves? You got nervous ordering food? I could see that. Honestly, I could see that. I really could. Especially ordering food in public. Like, that's probably slightly intimidating for her. But why were you filming yourself then?
So the new girlfriend must be a gamer. No, I actually think I mentioned that in this video. She doesn't do video games at all. Someone asked.
So I felt like I needed to answer that question a second time just because I need to reiterate. She is not a gamer. She's not a nerdy gamer, you guys. God. But she will be. Sorry. I'm very tired.
What is this content? I don't know. I feel like you probably haven't been watching me for long because this is always the type of stuff that I have filmed.
Where's my back buttons? There was an edit there. That's what it was.
Filmed.
It was the jump cut that I noticed.
I've been on YouTube now for almost 11 years, and I've definitely had some ebbs and flows.
It will be 11 years in November, girlfriend. Chill out.
But my content has always been the same for the most part. Okay, so last question.
Do you guys think her content's really always been the same for the most part? I'm trying to think. So if we go on the concept that her content has always been the same for 10 and a half years at this point, and she knows it, she's purposefully not improving the quality of her content intentionally, and it's that whole concept that's like Amber will never change because Amber's already perfect. There's nothing to change. She doesn't have, there's no reason for her to shoot for higher or better or anything like that, because in her mind she's already doing the best. So, because I know she gets this criticism a lot from a lot of people. So she's very aware of the fact that people that watch her stuff don't like the format of it. Yet we continue to watch, so. And I guess maybe that's why she doesn't feel the need to improve it or upgrade it or anything like that, because we're still watching. So I guess technically she's like, oh, well, this works. Obviously this works. So I don't have to put any effort into it because people are going to watch my low effort crap. And I mean, here I am. So she's got me there. But I don't know. I would just think that you'd want to take some pride in the product you were creating and putting out there. I don't know. I would think if I'm still doing something similar to this 10 years from now, I would really hope whatever videos I'm making 10 years from now are significantly better than the videos I was making at the beginning of this channel, you know? Eating and pretending she's losing weight. So yeah, 10 years of that. No, she is an amazing girly pop, smug and smarmy. Can't you see? Let's see. Yeah, I like when she does her Lego stuff. I like when she does her little hobby shit. It may be stupid and mundane, but at least it's something to break up the videos. And I mean, I actually do like the Legos because I like Legos, but you know, I didn't mind the little scratch things. Those were kind of fun. What else did she do for like 3 seconds? Oh, the gem paintings. I wouldn't mind the gem painting. I don't necessarily want to watch her do it, but it's just stuff like that. Things that would make her human and relatable are the things that she stops putting in her videos and then tells us off camera that she's still doing them. And part of that is like she gets a lot of shit from her audience whenever she shows us something that she's working on or something that she's doing. But the other part of it is I don't really think she continues to do it. I feel like she's one of those people that's like the scrapbookers who are like, oh, I scrapbook, and they have like 19 containers full of like stickers and papers and ribbons and all the little bits and bobs, and yet they haven't even done the first scrapbook page. And it's just like, so you like collecting scrapbook stuff, gotcha. Like, you know, there's that joke in the crafting community that's like there's two forms of what is it? There's two forms of collecting. There's fuck, I can't remember. I'm messing it up. But basically, like, you collect craft stuff. You don't do the crafts, you just collect the craft stuff because it's cool. She'd have to learn how to do time lapse, but yeah, I'd be here for a time lapse thing, Femme Marie. I'd be here for just like a series of pictures. You know, here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end. Her videos are very, I think I say this in the I might have cut it out, I can't remember. But I was talking about in the Dark Principles of or the Principles of Dark Anthropology video that like Amber's content is crap. if Amber were to start a YouTube channel today from scratch, doing what she's doing now, no one would watch. It wouldn't go anywhere. She might get like maybe 100 viewers or subscribers or something like that. She might get monetized, maybe, but like it wouldn't be anywhere near. She wouldn't be able to make a living off of it. It wouldn't be terribly successful. No one would be talking about her outside of like her handful of followers, which would actually probably be better for her, honestly. But it's because her content is just crap. It's monotonous. It's boring. Whenever she does do something interesting, she immediately stops doing it. If anytime, like, she just immediately stops doing it. Like, you know, she used to show us. That's why I don't get that bent out of shape when she's showing us bingo or when she goes to the casino or stuff like that. Because at least she's leaving the house and doing something. You know, I don't really care that she's at Target. I don't really care if she goes to Walmart. I'm not here for the shopping thing, but at least she's like outside of the damn house doing anything other than sitting in her room and lecturing me about something that day. You know, and it's the same thing with the hobbies. Like, at least she's showing us her doing stuff. Like, that's one of the things that we're missing from wifey era is everybody was like, oh yeah, it's just like the daycare. Yeah, but at least she's doing shit. You know, she's playing with the clay. She's doing little scratch and sniffs. She's, what else did they do? Painting pumpkins and that kind of stuff. Like, at least they're doing stuff as opposed to just like, here's this new thing I'm going to shove into my face and not tell you anything about what it tastes like. And here's this new perfume I'm wearing. And oh, I bought these 2 pieces of makeup and I'm just going to just not tell you anything about them. Like, she didn't talk about application. She didn't talk about like the texture or the feel. Like, I'm not joking about that elf stuff. Like, it needs a warning on it. I think it does actually have in the if you actually look at the application instructions, it will tell you to pat, not to pull, because it's sticky, it's tacky. But if you didn't know that, you would just try to like slap it on your face, you know, and it would suck. She can't even do that. And I know she says she's got that pink eyeliner on, but can you see it? And she didn't, she says like, oh, it went on really smooth. Why don't you show us you putting it on? Like, at least if you were doing like a get ready with me thing, we could at least see that. I mean, yeah, I hate the way you put your freaking foundation on, but whatever, you know? I don't know. People would still hate watch her even if she would continue to do her stupid little hobbies, you know? She can't win. Why does she care? Fabric. Yeah, I have fabric paralysis as well. I have several bolts of fabric, not bolts, yards of fabric that I'm just like, I will not touch this until the perfect project comes along. And I literally do have a bolt of cloth that I bought when I was like 16. You guys talking about? Oh, you do textile archaeology. Ooh, tell me more, Wooden Toad. You know, you might be able to write them off on your taxes. uh... Yeah, textile archaeology is really interesting. I've known at least 2 other textile archaeologists. It's very cool. Her vocabulary. See, that's the other thing, though. If she would, like, talk about shit, learn to describe crap, actually read the book she claims she reads, her vocabulary would expand. She'd still say shit like in tray instead of on tray, but, you know. Not as bad as Chantel. Even Chantel leaves the apartment occasionally, you know? I don't know.
Could you imagine if ALR joined Zach's Fortnite league? I'm not gonna lie, I would totally play with him. Like, I hold.
Zachary Michael has a Fortnite league? He has a gaming channel, doesn't he? Or, sorry, they have a channel, don't they? Yeah, I think I remember that.
0 grudges. I'm not really a holding grudges type of girly pop. So
that's okay. He holds grudges. It's fine. I think you've pissed Zachary Michael off enough times now. Zachary's kind of like me. He's just kind of like, I don't really like you. I'm not going to do anything awful to you if I ever see you in public, but not really a fan.
So if he wants to play it, we can make it happen. Anyways, I do want to end this vlog.
If they do, if somehow in some world, her and Zachary somehow play Fortnite together and it doesn't get recorded so that I can watch it later, I will be very disappointed.
I appreciate you guys for just hanging out with me today. This definitely wasn't normally a day that I would vlog, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Oh yeah, and about the weight loss series that I was kind of like thinking about doing.
We've already decided not to do it.
I'm thinking about doing another like weight loss series. So I don't really know. It's something I'm definitely thinking about doing. And if I do it, it will be happening soon. I realized that that is literally just setting me up for failure. Like my idea was I wanted
I just realized that trying to lose weight was just setting me up for failure because I don't actually want to lose weight. I'd rather just stuff shit into my mouth. Oh, her ASMR. That's the thing. You'll remember that one time where she did the typing? She was like typing on the computer screen for ASMR. That was a whole thing. Reacts to peepers and dollar store hauls. What's a peeper? Lee, I don't know what that is. She even uses the same words every time. Yeah, exactly. The food journal. We literally saw her pull that out of a. I don't even know if we saw her pull it out of the box. She just held it up to the camera and was like, "This is my food journal," and then we never saw it again. We will never see it again. No, Ruby, she's not afraid of dying. Dying is so. Here's the thing. I think Shaun of Steel's talked about this in his videos. It's so far in the future that it doesn't. I mean, yes, I think she has a fear of dying, and yes, she probably somewhere in her brain understands that her weight is contributing to it, but it's so far in the future. I mean, even if it's just a couple years, she already has this really weird sense of time as it is. And so if you put something, what, she's 33, she can probably make it to her mid 40s, probably. I mean, but that's just so far. That's like 10 years or more in the future for her. She just can't think that far ahead. And she can't imagine. It's not even that she can't think that far ahead. It's like she can't imagine what her life would look like in 10 years, you know? And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people don't, you know, you sit down and you're like, what's your 10-year plan? I don't fucking know, man. I guess I'm making spaghetti, you know, that kind of a thing. So it's not an unusual thing to have. It's just because it's so far in the future, and it's just the future is so ambivalent. Yeah. Anyway, the future is just so unknown to her. It doesn't seem real. Is the point? It's the realism of it, the real threat of it hasn't sunk in, and the idea that leading up to that moment in the future where she's no longer among the living, she's going to have chronic health problems and chronic health failure leading up to that point. It's not like she's just going to not wake up one morning. There's going to be stuff leading up to it. But again, it's so amorphous and so fog covered and so unreal to her that she just doesn't, the urgency of it just doesn't click. And again, this isn't an unusual trait. I even have this problem. A lot of people have this problem. If you peg most people down and you're like, what's your 5-year plan? Have fun with that. You know, what am I doing next month? I don't know. I vaguely remember I'm going to be out of town on Monday, you know, and that's like 2 days away at this point. You know, that's just kind of the point that I'm trying to make, though. Happy baby. I mean, she could make it to 50, maybe. That's the other thing. Lizzie says, we see it with Chantal. I wonder if she ever watches her and wonders if it's her future. if she does watch, she does watch Chantel, but if she does, she either doesn't make the connection that what Chantel's doing is what she's doing, or she just doesn't see anything wrong with it. It just doesn't register as it's not good. Chewing ASMR is a thing. It is. There are channels where people just eat things with the microphone right next to their mouth. It's really weird. I'm not yucking someone's yum. I just I have the mesophilia, whatever it is, misophonia, and it just makes me angry. Dark ASMR. Francine, you're so positive. I like you. You're a ray of sunshine.
I wanted to vlog for 30 days straight, and in that I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing it, and if I do it, it will be happening soon. I realized that that is literally just setting me up for failure. Like, my idea was I wanted to vlog for 30 days straight, and in that I wanted to show you guys every single day, like, what I ate and stuff like that. And I realized, like, I've done that in the past. I always fail. I'm never successful in that. So I've decided that I'm just not going to do that. But I do want to upload more often. So that is why you guys are seeing me again for another video, because I have had people say, Amberlynn, I don't care what you're doing. I just want to see content from you.
Who are these people? I've said this before, but the people behind your eyes don't count. Who are these people? Who is so caught up in the everyday shenanigans of Amberlynn Reid that they're just like, whatever, I will watch you breathe for 3 minutes straight if that's all you want to post. No one is doing that. No one.
And a lot of people say it's like bestie POV, where it feels like we're just best friends hanging out, and that is literally what I want. That is my
Bestie POV? Is that a thing? Isn't that what mukbangs were supposed to be kind of like? It was like you're eating by yourself, so you're eating with another person who's eating by themselves, and you're like, it wasn't like a slurp gobble fest. It was just like, I'm having dinner. You know, I'm having coffee. Let's have coffee together. What did you do with your day? Well, let me tell you about mine. You know, that kind of a thing. I kind of like that idea, but at the same time, like, Groundhog Day. Yeah, it is. It's Groundhog Day. Like, occasionally she'll go somewhere and do something briefly, and that's it.
my goal, so that makes me happy. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video. I hope that you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I vaguely remember the beginning of this video, let alone the end of it. What are we talking about? Huge apologies. Ouch, 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 ouch. Yeah, her saying that doing the 30 days, has she ever completed any 30-day challenge? Her thing is she'll get to like day 28. Like, she'll make it to day 28 or day 29 even. I've seen her do that, and then quit. It's like literally one more day. It kills me. But yeah, she's right. She self-sabotages in that aspect, and most of the time she doesn't even make it past like the first few days, like the first week if we're lucky. I think that calendar that she was keeping in January, she made it to like January 15th-ish, and then that was the end of it. Even the Lynn Moss, what is it? Vlogmas, even during Vlogmas, she'll typically make a third of the time that she... See, the thing with Vlogmas is you can basically say, I'm only going to do one video a week or something like that. Kind of defeats the purpose, but you get my drift. And she'll set herself a goal and then never complete it. Or she'll get within a couple days of completing it. Memory. It's like she's trapped in her own self-echo chamber, and the only outside data that enters in is negative comments from the audience. Yeah, pretty much. She's always been accused of dwelling too much on the negative comments and not focusing on the positive. All right, whoever's making grilled cheese, count me in. She did make a 30-day. I seem to kind of sort of remember that, honestly, because she was really proud of herself. She cooked for herself, played Fortnite, and lectured us in between. Like, right, but the cooking was kind of fun. I hate her knife skills, but it's kind of like I enjoy watching it, kind of like I like watching slasher flicks. It's just like, ah. So I'm here for that. And the Fortnite, all she had to do was show us her playing Fortnite. I mean, she already had the setup going. I mean, it's the most boomerist thing in the planet, but whatever. You know, show us you brushing the damn cat. If you really did want to shut everybody up about it, show yourself brushing the cat. You know? Mukbangs were there to feel less lonely, but then became feeder fodder. Yeah, pretty much One Eye John. Well, you guys are chatting over here. If she succeeds at something, there's more pressure to do it again. From Lee. You know, I kind of want Amber to have some kind of an actual win. You know how they say when you're setting goals that maybe you do, maybe you don't. But anyway, when you're setting goals, they tell you to make reasonable goals that you can accomplish. And the purpose of that is not so that you don't feel like a failure at the end of it. The purpose of that is that your goal is supposed to be like a promise you make to yourself, and then the purpose is that you keep that promise to yourself. So you're like, I'm going to go work out every day at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You know, that's not an unreasonable goal. And so the point is that even if I don't want to go work out at 3 p.m., whatever day, I'm still going to be like, well, I said I was going to go work out at 3 p.m. So I'm going to go work out at 3 p.m. because I'm keeping that promise to myself. And what it does is it actually builds, see, words I can't find right now. It builds up your willpower, your personal willpower, because you're making yourself do the thing even when you don't want to do it, but it's because you're keeping that promise to yourself. And it builds up your willpower, and it builds up your self-trust, like your trust in yourself. Since Amber makes all these promises to herself in the guise of making them to the audience, you know, I'm going to record for 30 days. I'm going to do what XYZ for 30 days, and then never completes it because she doesn't do it on the days that she doesn't feel like doing it. She always lets herself off the hook there. But it also means that she's always breaking promises that she makes to herself. So not only does she not have the willpower to complete these things, but she doesn't even trust herself. Like right here, she says, my original thought was to do the 30 days, but I always fail when I do that. She's not wrong. She does, but she's calling herself out for it. You know, it's not an accountability moment. It's a realizing that she can't trust herself to follow through on a promise that she's made to herself, you know? So here's the problem with the setting achievable goals. For a lot of people, they're like, oh, I can achieve that. And then they can't. And then they feel like shit because they can't achieve their goals. The thing that they never teach you is like how to set goals. That needs to be like a whole class in high school or in grade school. Like how to set a goal and how to achieve the goal, you know, so that people don't get to be my age and they're like, I've never completed a goal in my life because we haven't. We don't know how to. We don't even know what an achievable goal looks like. Yeah, she makes goals that are so lofty. That's kind of my point. Like, she makes these outrageous goals and she doesn't break them down into manageable steps because, honest to God, she doesn't know how to. And again, I just got done ranting. A lot of people don't. So it's not even I can't even hold it against her because she just doesn't know how. And she doesn't actually read any kind of self-help books or follow any kind of like self-help channels or anything like that. Not that I do because I've spent way too much effing time watching that shit. But, you know, I still don't feel confident making goals for myself, that kind of a thing, you know? It's kind of why I've never committed to a schedule for this channel because I don't trust myself to do it. Does that make sense? Same kind of logic that she's using here. The difference is I know my limit. She's just doesn't want to do it. The back patting thing, Shelley Daly. The problem is she pats herself on the back because she could have done worse. I think that's just her way of making herself feel better about failing. Like, I know she knows she failed, or she didn't achieve whatever the hell it was she thought she should achieve. And so to make herself feel better, she gives herself a participation trophy. Anna from Glitter and Lasers does the same thing. At least I showed up for myself. Yeah, but you still didn't do the thing. You know? Shit, Anna has more willpower and self-control and goal-setting capabilities than Amber does. Smart goals are the bane of my existence, but I feel like would benefit from using that system. See, smart seems so easy. It's such a cute little acronym and whatever. It's a cute little word, but what is a smart goal? Define it. Show me one that worked. I'm not saying that they don't exist. It's just I need a diagram. Cheryl the vegan, she might not make it to 50. I'm just saying she could. Pathological demand avoidance. But I'm supposed to do it, then I don't want to anymore. Maybe that's my problem. Her calling everything is a challenge to her, Bob. Have you seen our girl? Memory. She doesn't really collect data though. Like I know she likes to write shit down and she likes to make lists. Amber likes to plan. She likes to plan. She likes to get to day one and then she can't follow through with it. Like she doesn't keep data. So she doesn't have good data or bad data. So Hellfire, they are always so proud of themselves for failing. Yeah. Yeah. Simple and easy are very two different things. Well, maybe you can teach me textbook committee because I fucking suck at smart goals. They confuse the living crap out of me. And then I feel bad because I can't set a smart goal because there must be something wrong with me because I can't do this simple, stupid thing that everybody else seems to be able to do. And then I get an inferiority complex and then I cry. But you get my point. What time is it? 6:30. I didn't record that. That's how tired I am. Well, it'll be there for me to download later. Yeah, I get that, but what's specific mean? What's measurable mean? What does it mean to be achievable? You don't know what my achievability is. Like, it's so stupid. It just seems so simple, but it's not. Well, you know what? You made it, Wooden Toad. Well, wait. You're the textile archaeologist. Are you finishing up your PhD? Because that explains all of that, and I'm very sorry. There's a reason I didn't do that. Lee, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, that's pretty much the cycle, Hellfire. You guys are listing your goals. That's funny. Oh, well, you know what? You're going to graduate. So that's fine. Still, textiles is really cool. There are no jobs, but textiles is really cool. All the cool shit has no jobs. I was forced to take classes on it. That's why I think it's dumb, but she loves to plan, so I think she could do weekly goals that way and mostly possibly meet them. The balloony? Yeah, no, that's. I think there's more than one way to plan to make goals. You know, I'm not saying I've never achieved a goal in my life. I'm just saying that smart thing doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me because I'm special. Yeah, Lindsay, that's kind of where that whole like making promises to yourself and then not breaking the promise to yourself comes from. Because, like, yeah, a lot of people can maintain a goal or complete a project when it's someone else who's going to hold them accountable, but holding yourself accountable, like, we have all kinds of excuses to let ourselves off the hooks. Motivational interviewing. Gosh darn it. This is like a whole thing, isn't it? My job will be book writing. Good job. Get out there. Publish those damn books. I'm all here for a good book. Yes, Molly, but is your goal smart? I'm kidding. I'm just being bitter at this point. It's like when my friends try to argue theory with me. It's fine. Get back to the pool. Incremental improvement. Yeah, it's easy to feel bad for Ephemery because we're on the outside and we can see all the shit that's going on. That's kind of cool. MYC. Based on that. To be accountable to. No, see, Francine, that's the thing. Amber doesn't like women in positions of authority. So she doesn't like authority to begin with, and she really doesn't like women in positions of authority, especially when they have authority over her. It's kind of fun, Missy Suspicious 60 nice things to do this year. Smug and smarmy. Amen. Linguist, that's right. That's right. We do have I think we have 2 linguists in here, don't we? So many conversations happening all at once. Do we want to watch anything else? All the things. I need to go through this list. I bought over 50 items from Temu. Remember when that was a thing? She is always late to whatever the trend is. What's Glitter and Lasers up to? I love that I click on videos and I get Alan Roberts. He looks really slim here. Oh, somebody was telling me about Mama Goob did a video of her from 7 years ago. I mean, she's still pretty big, but she looks really not that big in this. Today I want to react to Anna's first rant video on YouTube. Huh, it's kind of cool. I might check that out later. Shit, it's only 15 minutes. Let's do it. You guys okay with watching Mama Goob? It's from a day ago. I don't feel bad about it. I don't really enjoy watching Alan Roberts. He makes me nervous. I'm always worried he's going to have a heart attack on camera. Yeah, she's on the Virgin Voyage cruise, which is actually paid for by Virgin Voyages. Well, 2 people is enough.
That, but
Wait. Start over. I don't watch Mama Goob a lot, but I do catch her every once in a while. Welcome to the interns, Lee. He is a lot. He is a lot. All right, let's watch this, and then I'm going to let you guys go. And I don't know. I got to go finish editing that video. He can be funny, yeah. That's why I'm not, like, completely against him. He can be funny, and it's not like he doesn't make good points. No, the angry bald man is not afraid of hurting people's feelings. That is true. I'm curious every once in a while what Alan has to say about things, just because like he does have a good point of view on things, but it's just he's so mad all the time. This is always mad. And he's not just mad at like the people he watches, he's mad at his audience sometimes too. And I'm just like, Jesus, it's kind of cringy actually. It's hard to watch. You crack when Mama Goob loses it. Oh my god, the cat's like.
This is when our Anna was fully ensconced in the body positivity movement. And I want you to note one thing. So she was
I have that KitchenAid mixer, or at least I used to. We called it Big Red Henry. That thing can mix anything. That thing could probably obliterate body parts if you left it in there long enough. That is a heavy duty mixer, worth every penny. Wait, what?
very much a bopo back in the day, and look how much weight she's put on from.
So it didn't start the video over? What's going on?
This person says something stupid, and it is. It's something stupid. It's something.
Oh, wait a minute. What she's saying is.
She looks so different. I don't like this shirt on her, but I do kind of like it. Boy, and she was going for bleach blonde hair.
Me, who's being critical. I lack interpersonal skills, and I just say stupid things.
Yeah, his shit on COVID is definitely a tap out point for me too, Susan.
Well, hello, beautiful people.
I like her lipstick. That's a good color. It's a good color on her too. Did I get rid of the mixer? I traded it to my mother for hers. Hers was a smaller white, one of the regular sized ones, but because she was cooking more than I was for larger groups of people at the time, so it made sense. I really only used it at Christmas time when we would make marshmallows for Christmas, so it was a good trade though. Good trade. I missed the meat grinder.
It's Mama Goob. So I want to take a peek at some retro glitter and lasers, or Anna O'Brien. This video is one of her oldest that is kind of a, besides her first vlog, which we've looked at, but kind of a sit-down discussion. So this isn't a clothing haul. This was 7 years ago. Wow. And this time, Miss Anna O'Brien will be discussing the difference between fat shaming, which I've heard of, and fat curiosity.
All right. Is Alan Roberts Gen X? Really? I guess he kind of has to be. I seriously, not to be mean, I seriously would have put him at like the tail end of the boomer generation, but I guess he's not that old. I hear a cat.
I don't know what she means by that, but this is when our Anna was fully ensconced in the body positivity movement. And I want you to note one thing. So,
does she have a soda stream? Okay, now I'm seriously jealous. Is that a soda stream? I want a soda stream. Dang it. Is it? Am I crazy? I like her kitchen. Because I think that's one of those, I don't know if it's a KitchenAid, but it's one of those air fryers. It's like got the racks in it. I want one of those too. I want Mama Goob's kitchen.
She was very much a bopo back in the day, and look how much weight.
Jesus Christ, elder Gen X are hitting 60. Thanks, Lee. Thanks. We all needed that. He's like 52. I mean, he's a good-looking 52, I guess. I don't know why I thought he was... I don't think he looks old. I just thought he was older, I guess. I don't know. He's just being an ass and focused on the attack, the weight
she's put on from now until then. So let's take a look at it together. Okay. Okay, so here is Anna.
Before we go too far, though, this is clearly distorted. So whatever's going on with this, the video image is clearly distorted. It's stretched. So, you know, you can say what you want to say about how big she looks, keeping in mind that the image is, well, it's distorted.
She's obviously thinner here. Obviously, she's small. She's probably only, because remember, she's very tall. She might be maybe 350, 300-ish. I don't know. What do you guys think?
She's so tall. She throws off my measurements, my brain measurements. So yeah, I guess maybe higher end of threes, closer to four.
But
maybe.
that shirt does not do her any justice.
It does not.
But let's hear what Anna had to say 7 years ago.
We're going to talk about today haters. So let's jump right into it.
Her face, just like her face looks so different. Just the shape of her face is so different. Her skin is so different. It's not really the body shape. Like you can tell that her legs haven't quite started to develop the lipedema too badly yet. But like just the overall shape of her face is just so different than it is today. And that could be because she's much younger here. She's probably in her 30s here.
Haters. Now, I struggle with this a lot because the first thing that happens when you get an angry message on your blog is you want to retaliate. You want to justify yourself. It's not cool when a
Not gonna lie to you guys, I ignore them most of the time. There's very few of them that I respond to.
stranger tells you that you're something you're not. That sucks, right? Like, the first thing you want to do is be like, no, girl, you don't know me. But the truth is
Is that a generational thing? Because honestly, I don't care. It must be a generational thing.
that person didn't want to know you and doesn't want to know you. They enjoy those assumptions about you. Those assumptions about you make them feel more comfortable. So
Okay.
regardless of
We'll go with that, sure.
how much you
people
want to
are.
set the story straight, you're never going to be able to, because
That's fair. This is wise words. See, this is why I don't hate Anna.
that person, for the most part, especially when they are really hurtful comments, they already have their opinion made.
I would love a modernized farmhouse kitchen, especially with like one of those old iron foot stoves. Just the aesthetic of it alone. I would never leave the damn kitchen. Cook? I don't know. That's a whole other story. But be in the kitchen? The shirt would look better on someone not that size. Yeah, Ruby Skies, exactly. Gravity is not your friend. Personality types and generation. I don't understand the need to confront people. Yeah, okay, Smug and Smarmy, you have a point. When I was younger, I probably was a little bit more, hey, we know this face. This is classic Anna right here. When you're younger, it's a lot easier to like get your dander up, but I guess now I'm old enough, I'm like, I don't care, man. I got other things to do.
But there is a gray area. And this is the part that I get scared the most for. There is a difference between someone who makes a mean comment, for example, calls me a fat cow, or tells me I'm a whale, or tells me I'm going to die tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Femery. Welcome to the interns. Mwahaha. You too get a red Henry that you can mix body parts in.
Versus a person who
That's
asks,
what people say
hey,
now.
you exercise a lot. Like, why are you still fat? That person...
Molly's got a good point there. We are all bullied and the bully on occasions. That's true. Adrian Wolf. Lots of people listen to Alan, though. And he is an asshole. That's okay. I think he's come to terms with it. It's fine. Lee. You know.
doesn't know
See, back then she claimed she exercised a lot. It's all a fucking joke, isn't it?
that they're saying something that hurts you.
It's funny that she mentions that Mama Goob mentions that because I just finished I just finished 2 more chapters in Anna's novel. And the one on goal setting was about how she used to be a runner and how she decided to just spontaneously take up running one time. And now to keep things in perspective, this book was published in 2018, which means it was being written somewhere around 2017, 2018. So don't confuse that running story, which is identical to today's running story, which we have videos of now. So it's just kind of funny that she would mention that Anna claims that she's working out and she's running. She would be running at this point. It's just funny because I just read that in her novel or in her self-help book. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to call bullshit on that one too. You're not close to 600, you're not 500 to 600 pounds working out every day, running every day, and clean eating. Like, you're just not. It's just not how physics works. So Anna's been doing this bullshit of this, like, I work out every day, I run every day, I'm just obese because some bodies are just obese bodies. It's not true. It's just not true.
either their parents didn't raise them with good manners, or maybe they're so been raised in such a community where it's okay to like openly talk about weight, or maybe just for some reason they just don't have attack skills. You don't know their backstories. There is a fundamental difference between a hater and a person with just bad interpersonal skills. No matter
There is? I'd like to hear this one.
how hard you try, no matter how awesome you are, this person's probably always going to hate you. This person, you can win them over. But what I see the most happening online is when this person says something stupid, and it's something stupid. It's something they probably shouldn't have
wait a
said.
minute. What she's saying is me, who's being critical. I lack interpersonal skills, and I just say stupid things.
Yes, because Anna says that any kind of criticism is a personal attack. She basically says those exact words in her self-help book. And I just went over that chapter. It's published and up. But yeah, Anna doesn't view any kind of criticism, Anna views all forms of criticism as personal attacks. Like you basically can't talk to Anna or you're attacking her. Now, if Anna starts the conversation with you, that's a whole other story. But do you know her? Because you're talking to her like someone who knows her.
That's your opinion, baby girl. Because
This video is from Mama Goob. It's a day old, but the video she's reacting to is from 7 years ago.
I'm being critical, not stupid. Well, a little bit stupid, just a little bit.
It's worded in the wrong way. The number one reaction they get is the same reaction you give haters. So it's anger, it's aggression, and you know what that does? That validates any negative concept or perception they have of us. Now, I'm guilty of this. I'm going to tell you right now that I am not perfect. And I think that's an important thing to start out with. I am not perfect. So I'm going to tell you.
Lizzie, I don't think you can join membership on the iPhone. I think you have to go. I don't honestly know. I think you have to go to the website and join from the website. Kicking Geese knows how to do this, and I don't. I should probably pay attention when she gives directions next time so that I can explain it to other people. What's with the cheese? All I see is like a huge block of cheese up here. Oh, her and her cheese addiction. I hope people need a link to join. Like any link, or they need like the official link? Yeah, crap. I'm not even. I can't grab it for you guys. I'm in the wrong account, and it would take too long to try to figure it out.
You a story about these types of people and how I fundamentally screwed up. Jane saw a picture of me from a friend, and my friend had been telling her, Jane, wait till you meet this girl. You are going to love her.
That's always a lie. Femery, you can send it to. Yeah, that's a good question. I have an email. It's tinybluedancer8@gmail.com, or you can send it to the Instagram, which is tinyblueanthropologist. So I can get a link. I'm signed out of that account. And if I sign back into it, it's going to screw everything up. So, however, there is a link to it in the description of pretty much all of my regular videos. So I don't think it's in the link for the lives. I should probably fix that. I should probably put like an actual description thing for the lives. Join will be on the channel's main page in desktop mode. That's how Ruby did it. Okay. I like Safari rather than the YouTube app. I don't do iPhone, so I have nothing. Bit more expensive. What? iPhone charges you more to join? That's insane. How is that legal? That's insane.
Jane saw my picture and said, well, she's fat.
Really?
I mean, fat girls
Who
just
fucking
aren't
says
really
that?
active. They don't do a lot of things. Like, I just don't see how we're going to be friends. I don't see how she's going to fit in with our group of friends. Now, no matter what my friend said to kind of defend me against Jane, Jane had a preconceived position of what an overweight person was. It wasn't malicious. It just was that people are not active and they don't do a lot. So,
well, going off of the 2.5 years worth of videos of yours that I've been watching, Jane's not off. You complain constantly about how your body's not up to snuff to like walk or hike or fit through caves or get up onto a boat out of the water or run or walk. Like, you've been told by professionals that you don't walk right. So where is Jane's perception of you incorrect?
So I don't understand how we're going to have a relationship. Jane and I ended up meeting, and we became really good friends. We went out, we had drinks, we danced. It was amazing friendship. Jane and I got along great.
I wonder if
Our
she's still
friends were
friends with her.
right. We were destined to be friends.
Destined to be friends. I saw a little red thread that connected my wrist to hers, and I knew.
Now,
Oh, welcome, LZ. Welcome to the interns. Mwahaha. Hey, Theo. Glad to see you.
we have a little bit of a tiff. All friends have them. And
You there?
I found out about what Jane had said before meeting me.
And she was dead to me from that point forward. Dead to me. She is a runner. Actually, it's really interesting, Diary, because like I said, I just finished up that chapter. And she's talking about goals. Actually, is it it's a chapter on loneliness, actually. She's talking about how her whole philosophy is just create a fake personality for yourself and just keep faking it until it becomes real. Like, that's her advice to you, to how to like improve and be happy, is to just fake it. Just pretend you're a happy person or you're whatever. So pretend you're a runner and eventually you'll be a runner. But I can pretend I'm a princess all day long. I'm still not going to be a princess. You know, I can pretend I'm a scuba diver, but if I don't go do the things that I need to do in order to become a scuba diver, I'm not going to be a scuba diver.
And I got really hurt. And I decided I didn't want to be her friend because I was so upset about how Jane had felt about me before meeting me.
What?
That
You're an
I
idiot.
felt
She is kind of dressed like a Dragon Ball Z character.
there's no way I can be friends with a person like this because clearly she's always going to see me as X.
No.
The point I had missed, the thing that I had
Okay,
failed to
so-
realize, is that Jane had changed. And I'd been a part of that.
So this is what bothers me too. You cannot control other people. Like, I know you'd want to control other people, but you know, this time you got lucky hearing what she said before, but I don't know. What about the next friend who, you know, was thinking that in their mind? I don't know. Are you going to like go to a psychic? Are you going to interrogate them? This is ridiculous. This is a very dumb way to judge people.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple very close friends. Our relationship didn't start off great. Like, I didn't like them when I first met them, to be perfectly honest. Ah, crap. Hang on. I forget I can't do that. That's what I want. Anyway, my point is, yeah, I didn't like them when I first met them, but I gave them a chance anyway because, I don't know, Mama always said try things 3 times. So I did. And I mean, they're still friends of mine to this day. And one of them I did tell them, and I was like, I didn't really like you when we first met. But, you know, obviously we're past that. So very, 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 very long past that at this point. It's just sometimes you'll meet somebody and you're like, you're the coolest person that has ever existed. And then, you know, 5 years later, you're like, why the hell do I even put up with you? So, you know, people change. People change. Seasons change. Mahjong boom. Yes. Well, I mean, then she's like one of the most powerful people in the universe, though, isn't she?
Change. And now I was punishing her because she changed. And then there's a lot of people like Jane sitting there who just grew up with a misconception.
They're just dumb.
Or grew up
And you're
seeing
so
the
smart,
world
Alex.
differently. And all
I mean, One-Eyed John. Yeah, you can fake it to a degree, but eventually you have to incorporate what you are faking into your authentic self. Exactly. And no, I don't think Anna does that. You know, I do sit here, and I always have to catch myself. Anna's still successful. Okay, Anna's still way more successful than any of the girls, to be perfectly honest. I don't know about Alexandra. I don't watch her that closely, but you know, Anna travels. Anna gets people to pay for her to travel. You know, Anna gets shit tons of free clothes and shit tons of free stuff. And, you know, I don't think she has a lot of like close friends, but she does have a lot of people that'll show her around if she shows up in their area, you know? She got paid to travel and talk. Now, granted, she was talking about like data analysis and that kind of stuff, but she's still getting paid to travel and lecture, that kind of thing. She lives in a very nice apartment by herself in a very expensive town. So she's still winning. And Anna has recently lost weight. I don't know if she still is, but it's just that kind of stuff. And Anna's a crap ton more active than any of the girls. I don't know about, again, Alexandra, I don't know so much, but I give her shit about running a 5K. She still, you know, shambled through it. She still did the 5K, as far as I can tell. You know, she's swimming around in the Virgin Islands. She just got back from another trip to the Virgin Islands. You know, it's that kind of stuff. It's just like if she would just take her fucking diet seriously, she could be that globe-trotting, like super influential influencer that she wants everyone to believe she is. Anna's problem is she's so incredibly curated. She comes off as being inauthentic a lot of times. She does lie quite a bit. And she's just like, she cannot take any kind of criticism with any kind of grace or just ignore it, you know? Steam come out of his ears when he doesn't get his way. And then there's that. Grow the hell up. Anna does think very highly of herself, yes. I really, like, me reading that Life Full of Glitter book, I thought I originally was going to be like, I'm going to read this book so you don't have to. I actually think people should read it. I don't think you're really going to get any good like self-help advice out of it because everything she's got in there is basically just regurgitated from other people. But just to kind of get an idea of what makes Anna tick and why Anna is the way she is, it's an eye-opening read. I don't think she intends for it to be that way, but it's very eye-opening. Just got in from my colleagues leaving due. I don't know what that is, but it's good to have you back. Good rant. Yeah, winning, but at what cost? That's kind of like what people say with Chantel. Like, hypothetically, Chantel has a crap ton of money and travels, but you couldn't pay me enough to take over her life. Yeah, One-Eyed John. I don't think she's inwardly successful. I think she's got massive depression that she's not doing anything about. I think she has a fear of any kind of like self-improvement, actual self-improvement, actual self-help. And I think that's going to stagnate her eventually. Yeah, now she's deciding that she can't lose weight because of her lipedema. And so she's blaming that for everything, even though it's, you know, we all know what the problem is. And Anna just won't admit to it. And it's fine. I mean, she doesn't have to tell us anything, but if she'd just admit to it herself. Just let me tell you about it with the snark. Nothing. Anna hasn't done anything. Mama Goob is reacting to a video of Anna's that's from 7 years ago. I guess this is her very first video.
All we're doing is exposing them to something new and allowing them to see, hey, what I thought for a long time probably wasn't right.
Okay, so that's what we try to combat here by diversity and inclusion. Stereotypes, okay? So just because now she met Anna O'Brien, she cannot assume every fat person is like that fat person, okay? You really do have to take people one person at a time. Everybody's different. So it's like stereotyping in the other direction.
So going back to
Bad horse, bad horse.
Jane and I didn't talk for a year. I was convinced that she was narcissistic and judgmental.
Like you?
I wasn't going to say anything, but I don't like labeling people like that, but she definitely thinks very, very highly of herself.
Jane was upset because someone wasn't talking to her who judged her for a perception she had but no longer held. So Jane wrote me a message. And she explained. And she said, look, I've changed.
Look, in this reversed situation, if I were Jane, and Anna was Anna. And we had a friendship, and then Anna had decided to no longer be friends with me because of something I had said long before the friendship had begun. It would have had to have been a really good friendship for me to try to pick that back up. I would have been like, you know what? Okay, it's fine. This clearly isn't serving us. Let it go, kind of a thing. Like, yeah, there's like one friendship that I have that I would be like fighting tooth and nail for, but I don't have to worry about it because I don't look at my friends like they're objects.
And
Be my friend
you
again.
helped me change. You helped me see something different. And I realized that my perceptions were wrong. But you can't punish me for how I felt before I knew you. I wasn't exposed to that. And I felt terrible.
You should. Yep.
You should, yeah. You're judging your friend for being a human being. You're judging your friend for not thinking you're like the coolest thing since sliced bread from day one.
Every day, and I'm going to cry here. Every day I go out there and I try to change people's minds. I try to show them that I'm not this lazy girl that sits around. I'm not sitting there eating my feelings. That I'm a normal human being doing normal things and enjoying life.
To me, all this is a waste of
in the back of my
energy.
head, I'm always
I couldn't hear what she said.
like, I've got to change perceptions. And here, I had done that, and I had punished the person because they had changed.
Cry for me, Anna. Cry for me. I don't believe her crying any more than I believe any of the other girls crying.
How many times do we allow a stereotype that is morphing right now to stand in the way of relationships and opportunities because we can't let go of the past?
Okay, so if I'm listening, because you can take this two ways. So she is saying that, I don't know. She's either saying that her friend shouldn't have ever said that. So like people, normies, should learn to accept the obese, which most do. Or is she saying that her, Anna O'Brien, should have not held past statements for her friend against her? Now, one aside, people who go fucking tattle on people, there's a special place in hell for you. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, people who are trying to like stir up drama by being like, "Oh, did you know that Janet said about you back before you guys were friends?" It's the same people that like try to run around and ruin your relationships. "Oh, I saw your boyfriend doing XYZ with another girl at the club last night." Cool. Did it ever dawn on you that maybe I already knew that? You know, that kind of a shit. It's just people who just like to stir shit just to see what happens. I don't like those kind of people. So if you're one of them, I'm sorry. But the other end of that is Anna, get over it. Is it more important to you to have a friend, or is it more important to you that your friend have never thought or said or did anything contrary to what you think you deserve in life? Because that's just not realistic. Also, you're kind of running on the idea that your friend does nothing but think about you 24/7. You know? You guys can't hear me very well. Sorry. I don't think cacao is caffeine free in no way, shape, or form. The other ones. Anna is. Keep in mind, this is a 7-year-old video from Anna, so like the sound is not going to be. It's 7-year-old sound is what it is. I'm not going to hold quality of this video against anybody. It's 7 years old. She might be screaming at the webcam built into her laptop for all we know.
Right? Just shut up. Somebody says something stupid about somebody. Don't tell the person. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you people? What are you, 12? I mean, we did that in high school. Secondly, I just wanted to add a little anecdotal story because I'm Mama Goob. So when I was in high school, there was this wicked bitch, right? So I was thinner in high school, but for some reason, I wasn't thin like a high school student. Let's leave it at that. Or like a high school student in the 90s. Let me clarify that, because if you've seen high school students today, you'd know what I mean. But anyways, yes, I'm judgy. So
Okay.
she thought I was the most disgusting person to walk the earth because I could hear her make snide comments. I don't know what happened. Maybe she was going through shit in her own life, whatever. Senior year, she decided not to be a raging bitch. Okay. I'm not saying we were BFFs, but we had regular conversations like regular people. She was in a group of mine at a, group project with economics class. We were in choir together. Not saying that we hung out, but we were civil. And you know what? I didn't hold it against her that she was an asshole for 3 years in a row, guys. I was just actually quite relieved that there was less like tension and animosity, right? Even if it was fake. She was polite now. I don't know what happened. I had to think that there was something going on in her private life that she felt the need to tear somebody down, but I don't know. She came around. Didn't hold it against her. I actually never even thought of it again. I just thought, okay, she's not being a bitch. Life is good.
Because we can't forget how someone saw us. Because we can't be the bigger person. Right now, we are inundated with reminders that plus-size bodies are uncomfortable. Because we are breaking ground. And we are getting introduced to places that maybe we haven't been previously.
So the other thing, briefly, why is she the spokesperson for obese people?
But all that's doing is allowing...
According to Anna, that's because the media made her the spokesperson for this. Anna herself is not a leader in fat acceptance. That's what the media wants you to believe. I just looked up the ADD thing, and y'all can argue all you want, but my doctor did diagnose me with ADD, and that was 2 years ago. So I can look it up, and it does say that mental health professionals no longer diagnose ADD. Instead, they'll give diagnosis of one of 3 types of ADHD, but I wasn't diagnosed with that, so there you have that. Because I needed to look it up, that's why. Now, you can all argue amongst yourselves in the comments section otherwise, but is what it is.
Allowing uncomfortable commentary to come to the surface. For people to ask...
Actually, Smug and Smarmy, she has quite a few articles written about her. I wouldn't say that they're in like national newspapers or anything, but she's got quite a few little blurbs and articles and interviews across various internet platforms. So yeah, she caught a lot of attention early on, and I don't know if she still is talked about in the media as she used to be, but yeah, she actually early on was pretty popular to talk about.
Questions that aren't malicious, but maybe aren't worded the best. And it's how we use those opportunities to educate and to open up will be the difference between whether we can move perceptions forward or whether we hold on to them.
I know I'm tired and I know I'm distracted, but I feel like a lot of this has been word salad, and I'm giving Mama Goob props for keeping track of it, because she's lost me at least twice in this conversation. And I don't know if that's, I mean, it could just be because I'm tired and distracted, but it could also be because Anna tends to just talk in word salad. Like, I think she hears words that she thinks sound good together and she just kind of says them. But I don't necessarily know where she's going with any of this. She did this a lot in there were only 3 episodes of the running documentary thing that she did. But at the end of each one of them, she decided to have some kind of like moment where she just kind of like word vomited. And I still to this day don't know what any of those things had to do with the videos that she put together. So props to Mama Goob for keeping up with this, because otherwise I would not be able to.
It's not easy to be shamed. It's not easy to be asked hard questions, especially when they feel private. But if we don't find ways to engage, and in some cases answer them, we're not allowing them the gift of change, because that change is uncomfortable for us. This is a hard message to share, and I'm sure other people might disagree.
Because she's a spokesperson for fat people. The more that we can
approach every situation. And
I mean, I'm being snarky about Anna. Anna did say in, I think, her Truth About the Bopo movement video that the media had appointed her as one of the figureheads of body positivity and fat acceptance. But I mean, You just have to listen to Anna talk, and she clearly believes that about herself. And in all honesty, she's definitely one of the most vocal, or at least was one of the most vocal and visible pushers of BOPO and fat acceptance. And I think you could argue that even today, even though I don't think she claims either group because she had a falling out with them. But I mean, yeah, Anna does think she's an important figurehead in the body positivity movement. She still does. Or at least she still talks like that. Anna sounds like an adult in the Peanuts cartoon. Was she going somewhere? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I'm not my spokesperson. I'm a recovering fatty. She's definitely talented with talking in corporate buzzwords, but again, that's kind of where she got her start, is doing a lot of that. What is it called? I don't think it's double speak. What's the name for it? Too tired.
Comment as one of innocence, unless it is truly malicious. The greater opportunity we have to change the perceptions of plus-size individuals, of Asian Americans.
Excuse me? Excuse me a minute. What? You're seriously going to drag an entire unrelated group of people into your bullshit and then act like you're the one doing a perspective shift here? Girlie, I hate to break it to you, but you're one of the whitest white women I've ever met. Like, why are you dragging other ethnic groups into this? You can talk from the perspective of being an obese white woman. That's fine, but okay. I fell asleep a little. Bob, go to sleep. It's fine. You're not missing anything. She's not Asian. I hate to break it to you, K-Buns. Well, and then you've got that. Yeah, plus size Asian Americans. Yeah, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying I don't think you're gonna be their spokesperson. I don't know. I'm going out on a limb here. No, you didn't mishear it. You did not mishear it. She's dragged Asian. I'm sure she's gonna drag some other people in here. I just paused after she said Asian Americans. Not plus size Asian Americans. Asian Americans. All of them. All of them. Side eye emoji.
Of immigrants.
I gotta back this up all the way. I'm sorry. I need to hear the full sentence. I'm going to regret this.
Individuals. Of Asian Americans. Of immigrants. Of Muslims. Of women.
Christians.
Gays.
Men.
Transgender people.
What is she doing? What does she think she's doing here? First off, she's just like naming off random groups. Secondly, I forget that she really was part of like the FA. She's literally comparing actual marginalized groups of people and underrepresented groups of people and racialized groups of people with obesity. You know, people who have actual traits about themselves that cannot be changed to obesity. And somehow my perceptions of what obese people are akin or give you some insight into what my opinions of groups of people with immutable traits are. Fat acceptance and BOPO love to tell you that if you don't like fat people or if you don't think fat people are the coolest thing since sliced bread, that you are a racist and a bigot and any other word that they can find to throw at you. Yeah, Ruby Sky. Are we playing bingo? Apparently we are. Her hair's not covered. Oh, I think you're making a joke. I don't think her hair's covered, Femme Marie. Random bullshit. Go. Exactly. Bob, you don't sound creepy. Thank you. Gunneret, I think she's pulling random words out of the name box and just saying them out loud without verifying them. I'm surprised Mama Goop hasn't said something yet.
People in
Whatever
wheelchair.
the difference or uncomfortableness
Never mind.
Transgender.
out there, the more
She worked transgender in there.
we can approach the situation with love, the more perceptions we have the opportunity to change.
Jeez, Abby, that sucks. Where the fuck do you live? That's awful. But yeah, kind of the point. I don't think Anna's ever had to worry about somebody trying to run her over just because she's obese.
And that is my pedantic rant for Sunday. Thanks everybody for watching. Peace.
God, she has been doing that for 7 years. It's okay to change, Anna. Does she have a blonde bandit? A blonde head? Excuse me. Does she have a blonde headband? Because she does like today to wear this blonde braided headband thing. She'll like put her hair like this and just wear it on top. And it looks cute. It looks very cute. But yeah, no, her hair's not covered for those of you wondering. Mid-roll ads. 7 years ago? I'm trying to remember what being monetized was like 7 years ago because I wasn't monetized back then, so. Common sense. That's terrible. Yeah, I think Abby's trying to make the point that Anna's comparison is ridiculous. Like to the level of being actually racist. Just putting that out there. I might be putting words in Abby's mouth. But that's kind of usually how I interpret when people from other groups react to fat acceptance, deciding that they are the champions for all people. Corporatees. I like that one. Dev Chekhov. All right. Oh, Mama Goop's not done yet. Let's let her finish.
All right, so that was Anna O'Brien 7 years ago. She hasn't really changed much other than she's gotten bigger since she's been in the BOPO. She still really thinks like this, if you listen closely.
This is true.
And that's fine. She's allowed to think like that. But I'm also allowed to say, hey, you know, a lot of us here are just trying to get on with our lives. We actually don't care about other people in that way. Like, you know, obviously family, you know, and here I am talking about it. But otherwise, if I see somebody on the street, I just don't care.
I think that's the point that fat acceptance doesn't get, because they do care. They see other people on the street and all they do is compare. It seems this way to me. All they do is compare themselves to those people. Like they just spend their entire lives comparing themselves to other people, where the rest of us are just like, I got someplace to be, you know? It's, yeah, I mean, I've seen, there's a couple people in the area that I see who are quite corpulent, and I'm just kind of like, wow, those people are big. And then I move on with life because I've got other things I need to do that day. You know, I don't sit and dwell on it. Like, I can't even remember where I've seen them. I just know that I've seen them. But Abby, thank you for sharing with us. Seriously, though. I know that shit's not easy to share sometimes. But yeah, fat acceptance and BOPO are just, and Hayes, they're just so concerned all the time with what other people think. And they're just so convinced that since they're that wrapped up in everyone else, that everyone else is also wrapped that tight around them. And like, I literally could not care. It's like when they're always talking about how, oh, it's intimidating to go to the gym because everybody's looking at you at the gym. And I'm like, there's one woman I can think of off the top of my head who's obviously a very plus sized woman, and she likes to run on the one treadmill. And if she's there when I show up, I go, oh, she's here. And then I go and change into my clothes and I go do my routine. You know, I've never spoken to her. I have no reason to speak to her. I have no that's her treadmill. She can run on it all goddamn day if she wants, is kind of the thing. You know, like there's 30 other treadmills in the gym. The only reason I would give a crap is if it was the only treadmill and she decided she was going to be on it for 3 hours and I needed to or wanted to use it that day. That would be the only reason I would give a crap. And even then, it has nothing to do with her weight. Do you guys see what I'm saying? You played bingo yesterday and won. I need to start pulling the bingo cards up again, but I'm running out of screen space, so. Yeah, the South is, depending on where you are in the South, it can be kind of rough. I actually warn people about that shit. For some reason, I have people that are like, "Oh, I've never been to Indiana. I want to go see what the Midwest is like." And I'm like, "Well, just make sure you're back in your hotel room before the sun goes down." Put it out there. Do the backward P hands make anyone else laugh? Oh, what am I doing a hand gesture thing? Wait, go back up. Oh, that's funny. Common sense. One thing I have noticed about Philly is outside of the neighborhoods, because the neighborhoods can get very, that's not the word I'm looking for. Segregated. The neighborhoods self-segregate. But once you get outside of the neighborhoods, like, people just don't, it doesn't hit anybody's radar. Now, I know during the early parts of the Panini, we were having major issues downtown, but there's no nice way to put that. But like the outskirts and everything, and just like I said, outside of the neighborhoods, which most of them are downtown, it doesn't seem to like register to anybody. Like one of the Mexican restaurants I go to now, again, it's like, chain Mexican. It's not like Mexican, but like, 90% of the people in there are Asian. And then there's like 2 different Asian restaurants I love to go to. And like, again, a good chunk of the population is usually Hispanic looking. And then there's like all of us white asses in there too. And it's just kind of like to me, it seems very mixed in the restaurants anyway. But again, that's outside the neighborhoods. Once you start getting into the neighborhoods and stuff, you do start to stick out a little bit. But you know what? A little bit reverse for that on me is fine. I kind of like sticking out because it's good to feel out of place, I think. Abby, I think you're allowed to swear at people. I think that's acceptable. Oh wait, I'm like way high. Forgot I scrolled up. I mean, if you think a town might be a sundown town, don't play around. I noticed. Oh, it's okay, dude. I'm dyslexic, so I knew what you were going for. I didn't even notice you misspelt it. Dirt poor and Irish white. Yeah, that's one way to put it. You'd be fine here in Philly. Oh, thank you, Sansa. I'm pretty low energy right now, but if you were here for the beginning, you know that I'm running on like I don't know how many hours of sleep, not many. But so I'm kind of low key and I'm running out of juice. I just like food, Bob. I will go anywhere. And it's okay to feel out of place. Like sometimes you go places and you fit right in, and sometimes you don't. I went to there's a place downtown called the Queen of Sheba, and it's this old dive bar. Like I don't think they even smoke inside of it anymore, but it still smells like they smoked inside of it. Like the walls are literally yellow. It's old. Some of the best Ethiopian food I've ever had. Oh my god, it was delicious. And they what are those pancake things they make that you actually eat with your fingers, but you use the bread and you scoop it. It's like this flat bread and you scoop it up with the bread and you eat it. Anyway, the best part of the whole damn meal, because they also serve it on that bread. And all of the juices and all of the sauces will soak into the bread while you're eating. And so the best freaking part is after you've eaten all the stuff, you go through and you eat the bread that all the stuff soaked into. Oh, it's the best stuff. Anyway, so she comes out to take the plates away and she just starts laughing at us because she's like, "You ate everything." And I was like, "Well, yeah, are we not supposed to? Because it was good. I don't want to waste it. Delicious." She was so taken by that. I was just like, either I have performed a faux pas, or she's just impressed that we ate all the food. Anyway, if you're ever in Philly, check out the Queen of Sheba. It's got really good Ethiopian food. I need a good Caribbean restaurant. I'm reading comments now. There's only a handful of Ethiopian places here in Philly, but I think they're growing in number, which is good. But it also means that they're like different places to go eat. I should get the link and remind people to play. I have so many links to throw in here. Injera, thank you. Thank you, Lee. Yes, it's like the best. Ruby Skies, that's amazing. Yeah, well, we didn't leave anything, Molly. I had to lick that plate clean if I hadn't been in public. It was good stuff. I also like going to like ethnic restaurants because the serving sizes aren't so huge. Like, it's one of my biggest problems going to American style restaurants or like Americanized restaurants is they always give you like enough food for 4 fucking people. And it's so much food. And I guess on the one hand, it's like, yay, I got so much food for the price, leftovers and all that. But sometimes I just want like a meal. I just want enough to eat that one time. I don't want to have to carry around leftovers with me all day. So I don't know. Philly's Chinatown is like one of the best Chinatowns, period, hands down. You can fight me if you want. But we have a really good Chinatown. Oh. Flipping backwards peace hands is flipping the bird. Trying to think about how I've always done that. Is this way? Yeah. I have I watch what's that damn movie? Hot Fuzz. I watch Hot Fuzz a lot because I love that movie. Anyway, I know there's a scene in it where he tells the guy to jog on and he like does this with his fingers. I had to look that one up. But yeah, I know that that's kind of like I probably just offended like 5 people here. Sister, eat more. That's funny. Eat, boy, eat. The movie is so good. That movie is like one of the best movies ever. I'm just doing what I saw in a movie, Theo. I don't know any better. Poor innocent little stupid American over here. I've watched that movie enough times. I know. I get it. Yeah, it is late for some people, and it's like dinner time here. We have leftover Indian food actually to go eat. Palm forward is peace, and palm towards you is swearing. It's more a sign of endearment now. That's funny. No, not really. Can you offend Australians? Is that actually possible? I've watched television from there. Is it possible? It reminds me, I've got that show I need to watch. It's like a paranormal police procedural. I've only seen the previews for it. I can't remember the name of it, but it just looks screamingly hilarious. Poor England, they don't even get a full hour. You only get 35 minutes. Man, Amadeus, I haven't heard that one in a minute. During World War. Good old Winston Churchill. I actually like the Australian accent. Okay, I don't know how to put that way. I watch a couple creators who have Australian accents, and I really kind of like it. But I realize that, like, you know, like most countries, there's multiple accents depending on where you're at. One comment from Anna. Yeah, it only takes one comment, Abby, and then you get sucked in. All right, y'all. It is 7:30. My cats are getting fed. I want to heat up some naan. I got the paneer stuffed naan. Good stuff. And I want to go eat my butter chicken. This restaurant, we've got a Anyway, the restaurant near us. I was going to tell you the name, but never mind. They got really good food. Really, really good Indian food. We've got 2 of them in the neighborhood, and this one's much better than the other one. Much, much, much better. But it's also not a chain, so. A posh accent? Okay, I'm probably going to offend you, Theo, but does that mean it sounds more British-ish than it does Australian-y? If any of that made sense to you? I was making sounds. I promise they were words. Oh, yeah. Nerfy. If you guys want to put Neffy's Discord link in the chat sometime, feel free. I got nothing wrong with Neffy's Discord. It's kind of... Well, okay. I lurk in Neffy's Discord on occasion. So I don't have anything wrong with it. If you guys want to advertise it. Oh, okay. Haha. I'm sorry, Theo. Aging myself with the Churchill comment. I like Churchill. He was an interesting character. All right, for real. I'm just reading chat at this point. I'm off to eat. Y'all enjoy your foods and breakfast and maybe go to sleep. Some of you that are still up at 1 in the morning. So this was enjoyable. It's fun watching Anna's origins just because it says so much. But anyway, I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye. Nope, that'll record. I forget how to get out of here. In broadcast. Bye.